This 1950. Half dollar might look like just another old coin, but what if I told you it holds a story of war, recovery, silver, scarcity, mint secrets, and hidden value that could make collectors chase it like treasure in plain sight? Stay with me as we unravel every detail of this legendary American coin. In the year 1950, the world had just begun to recover from the long, devastating shadows of World War II, and the United States was experiencing an era of economic change, technological progress, and cultural transformation. Among all these shifts, the U.S. Mint quietly struck a coin that would later become a gem for collectors and a symbol of post-war coinage, the 1950 Franklin half dollar. This piece of metal may seem ordinary at first glance, but its journey from the coining presses of Philadelphia and Denver to the collections of numismatists tells a story rich with economic challenges, political influence, design controversy, and unexpected rarity. The Franklin half dollar was originally introduced in 1948, replacing the Walking Liberty half dollar, a design cherished by many, but replaced to honor one of America's most respected founding fathers, Benjamin Franklin, whose image had never before been featured on a circulating U.S. coin. His face and legacy were chosen by then Mint director Nellie Taylor Ross, who admired his contribution to American history, and insisted on honoring him with a coin the designer John R. Sinek, chief engraver of the United States Mint, sculpted the image of Franklin from a bust he had created earlier based on a model by Jean-Antoine Houdon. On the obverse of the coin, Franklin appears with a serious expression, his long hair flowing behind his shoulder, and the inscription Liberty above his head, and In God We Trust, placed beneath his neckline. The reverse of the coin is equally symbolic, displaying the Liberty Bell with its iconic crack. A symbol of freedom and American independence. Next to it rests a small eagle to meet the legal requirement that all U.S. half dollars include an eagle on the reverse, despite public debate over the prominence of the bell versus the eagle. The Mint stood by its artistic choice, and this dual imagery became a hallmark of the coin. In the year 1950, the Franklin half dollar was minted in two locations, Philadelphia and Denver. The Philadelphia Mint produced 9,976,500 pieces, while the Denver Mint struck only 2,616,000 pieces, making the Denver issue significantly rarer and more desirable to collectors. The reason behind the lower mintage was due to decreased demand for coinage during this period as economic factors shifted and coin circulation patterns changed. Although this coin was minted primarily for commerce, it quickly gained traction among collectors for several reasons. Firstly, the 1950 Franklin half dollar was one of the earliest coins to be issued during the relatively short span of the Franklin series, which only ran from 1948 to 1963. Its brief duration combined with unique historical context adds to the collectability, but rarity alone does not make a coin. Valuable condition is paramount in the world of numismatics, and the 1950 Franklin half dollar is no exception. Collectors look for coins with full bell lines, sharp edges, and no wear on high points. The term full bell lines refers to the horizontal lines at the bottom of the Liberty Bell design. If these lines are visible without wear, it indicates that the coin was well struck and has not seen much circulation. Such specimens command premium prices, especially those graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC coins in MS65 or higher with full bell lines from the Denver Mint have been known to fetch hundreds and even thousands of dollars depending on market conditions, auction demand, and buyer interest beyond monetary value. The coin captures the essence of an era. It reflects a time when the United States was moving into a new phase of its history, when American values, innovation, and democracy were being redefined in a post-war society. Franklin himself was a man of many talents, a polymath who influenced science, politics, and philosophy. His inclusion on the coin symbolizes a tribute to intellectual legacy and patriotic service. In coin design, the choices made reflect more than art. They tell a story of national identity. The inclusion of the cracked Liberty Bell was not without controversy. Some members of the public and Congress objected to highlighting a symbol that seemed broken or damaged. Yet the bell's crack is a powerful image of endurance, freedom, and the struggle to maintain unity under adversity. The Mint defended its decision, and this act of resistance against sanitized imagery gives the coin even greater cultural weight. Collecting the 1950 Franklin half-dollar today requires knowledge, patience, and a bit of luck. Many examples were circulated heavily in the 1950s and 60s, losing detail and value through years of handling. However, those preserved in mint sets or carefully stored in rolls may still retain their original brilliance and strike quality. Some even exhibit natural toning, a rainbow-like discoloration that can increase appeal and worth to certain collectors. Investors also watch coins like the 1950 Franklin half-dollar as tangible assets in a fluctuating economy. Unlike paper money or digital assets, coins carry intrinsic value due to their silver content. The 1950 Franklin half-dollar contains 0.3617 troy ounces of silver, meaning even its melt value fluctuates with silver markets beyond bullion. However, its numismatic value often far exceeds its metal worth, particularly in top condition and low mintage issues. Like the 1950D, the legacy of the Franklin half-dollar came to an end in 1963 following the assassination of President John F. Kennedy, which prompted a rapid redesign and issuance of the Kennedy half-dollar in early 1964. This marked the abrupt end of the Franklin series and preserved its place as a finite and historically bounded collection. The short run and rich symbolism make every coin from the series a snapshot of American values and challenges of the mid-20th century for anyone diving into coin collecting. The 1950 half-dollar serves as an ideal case study. It encompasses historical design, political influence, economic cycles, production limitations, and artistic debate. Its market value has fluctuated, but its cultural importance remains steady. Collectors can trace ownership through mint marks, die varieties, and strike characteristics, making each coin a unique artifact of American monetary heritage. Mint marks, die varieties, and strike characteristics making each coin a unique artifact of American monetary heritage. Mint marks are a critical detail in this pursuit. The small d beneath the bell indicates the Denver Mint, while the absence of a mark signifies Philadelphia. This simple letter changes the scarcity and pricing dramatically, making even small varieties within the same year. Crucial to proper evaluation, coin grading adds another layer to the journey, assigning a number. Between 1 and 70 to indicate condition, mint state coins start at 60, and those in 65 and above are typically considered investment quality, especially with full bell lines. The role of professional graders adds consistency and market trust. Encouraging buyers and sellers to transact with confidence over the decades, certain 1950 half-dollars have appeared in major auctions, fetching record prices and drawing attention from collectors worldwide, whether housed in prestigious numismatic collections or passed down through generations. These coins carry stories of families' history and national pride. They have survived the melting pots of the 1980s, the booms and busts of the silver market, and the growing digital shift in financial assets. Holding a 1950 Franklin half-dollar is holding a time capsule of American mid-century life, from post-war optimism to economic transition, from numismatic artistry to patriotic reverence. The story continues to unfold with every collector who studies catalogs, auction records, and certification reports in hopes of finding or understanding one more piece of the puzzle. Whether you are a seasoned numismatist or a curious beginner, exploring the story behind this coin can deepen your appreciation for the way money reflects more than commerce. It reflects culture, choices, identity, and memory. As we wrap this deep dive into the 1950 Franklin half-dollar, we realize it is more than silver, more than a denomination, more than a portrait of a founding father. It is a living piece of American legacy, and its value goes far beyond the numbers etched in metal. It is about the people, the hands, the moments that carried it through history from the mint floor to your hand. This $50 continues to echo the spirit of a nation and the vision of Benjamin Franklin, a vision rooted in wisdom, science, and the relentless pursuit of freedom.